Hi folks, I want to bring you up to speed with something that's happening today, which is that I've developed mild symptoms of the coronavirus, that's to say a temperature and a persistent cough, and on the advice of the chief medical officer, I've taken a test that has come out positive, so I am working from home, I'm self-isolating, and that's entirely the right thing to do, but be in no doubt that I can continue, thanks to the wizardry of modern technology, to communicate with all my top team to lead the national fight back against coronavirus. And I want to thank everybody who's involved. I want to thank, of course, above all, our amazing NHS staff. It was very moving last night to join in that national clap for the NHS. But it's not just the NHS, it's our police, social care workers, teachers, everybody who works in schools, the DWP staff, an amazing national effort by the public services, but also by every member of the British public who's volunteering. Incredible response. 600,000 people have volunteered to take part in a great national effort to protect people from the consequences of coronavirus. I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody who's working to keep our country going through this epidemic. And we will get through it. And the way we're going to get through it is, of course, by applying the measures that you'll have heard so much about. And the more effectively we all comply with those measures, the faster our country will come through this epidemic and the faster we'll bounce back. So thank you to everybody who's doing what I'm doing, working from home to stop the spread of the virus from household to household. That's the way we're going to win. We're going to beat it, and we're going to beat it together. Stay at home, protect the NHS, and save lives.
Hello viewers, this is Just Fake Network TV, a place where you can get the latest information about Nigeria news. For those who subscribe, I want to say a very big thank you to you. We'll say God bless you for subscribing. If you're yet to do so, please kindly press the subscription button below. And now the news in details. UK's Prime Minister Boris Johnson tests positive for COVID-19. Boris Johnson has tested positive. The Prime Minister has mild symptoms and will self-isolate in Downing Street, but will continue to take charge of the government's handling of the crisis. He posted a video on Friday morning on Twitter saying he has a temperature and a persistent cough. I am working from home. I am self-isolating, and that is entirely the right thing to do, he said, but be in no doubt that I can continue to communicate with all my top team and lead the national fight back against this virus. Wow, my people, this is a very serious one. This thing is definitely getting tougher and tougher every time. You can imagine the Prime Minister is now positive. To tell you that everybody needs to be careful at this time. This is very serious. Look at what is still happening in Nigeria and about the contact about Abakayari and the rest. And you know, people were just saying it that it looks as if Buhari has contacted this, but they are trying to hide it. They are trying not to expose the president. Here we have, look at the Prime Minister, UK Prime Minister, for God's sake. He came out and he speak with the rest of the UK people. Yesterday, he did a video telling them that he has temperature and he has some symptoms of cough. He came out. He doesn't even hide himself at all. And now this morning we heard that the Prime Minister has contacted this. The Prime Minister is not positive. Wow, I can't lie to you, this is really, really getting so serious. This is getting serious. This thing is very, very real. And everybody needs to be careful. By now, everybody needs to be very, very careful. In US now, the number of people now are supersede the people in China. To tell you that this disease doesn't know anybody. It doesn't know levels at all. And everybody needs to be careful at this time. You can imagine, it shows that the Prime Minister have his people at heart. That is why he could actually come out and speak and say it out that he will be working at home. He has the love of his nation at heart. You know, and now look at President Muhammadu Buhari with some symptoms. And still, they are still saying that Nigerians are just taking rumors about President Muhammadu Buhari, about his condition. That President Muhammadu Buhari is not positive. Because it's so suspicious. How will Abba Kyari be positive? Somebody that is very, very close to President Muhammadu Buhari. They go to everywhere together. They do things, at least a lot of things together. And now President Muhammadu Buhari is denying that is negative. What I believe is that there is nothing hide under the sun. Definitely we will know very soon. If it is true that President Muhammadu Buhari is positive, if it is true that it's negative or not, we would definitely know that. My people, we have to be very careful at this time. We have to be very, very careful right now. The Prime Minister has contacted this, and everybody needs to be careful. This is so serious. So this guy came out, he spoke with his people. He said that he has a mild symptoms, that he's been self-isolated. He was self-isolated since yesterday, and you can imagine, this is somebody that has the heart of his people at heart. He tried to preserve himself. He tried not to spread this so-called virus. This is to tell you that this thing is not a respecter of anybody. This virus is not a respecter of anybody at all. And everybody needs to be careful. And that is the same mistake that Abba Kyari did. He would have protected himself before then, before it started getting worse. Abba Kyari did not obey the law. He did not obey the rules and regulations. He came from UK. He can't even allow them to test him at the airport. This is to tell you that the Americans and UK leaders are far, far better than us. Our leaders are full of corruption. They will decide to hide so many things to themselves than rather to come out and speak. This is what we are telling President Muhammadu Buhari to do, to come out and speak and let us hear him. But rather, they decided to hide him. So guys, what do you think about this news? Your comment is highly appreciated. What do you think about the case of Boris Johnson right now? Kindly drop your comment in the comment section below. For those who subscribe, I want to say a very big thank you to you for subscribing. We really appreciate you at all time. We love you. We appreciate you. And also, please kindly press the subscription button if you are yet to subscribe. And please don't forget to press the notification button so that anytime we upload news, you will be able to see our latest news. God bless you. Bye.